Alright guys, this is my Xbox, PlayStation 3, all-in-one CPU case here. I'm going to start the disassembly process because if you saw my other video, I'm going to be adding a ATX motherboard. Just take off the side here. I added this fan just recently. I just plugged it in just to kind of test it out. It's actually a really good fan. It was really cheap at like Radio Shack or something like that, and it's 2000 RPM, I believe, 78 CFM. It's a really good fan. I'm using it as an intake right now, but I think during the final build, this is the fan, also 120mm, that came with the case. I'm going to be putting this one where this one is as an exhaust fan, and I'm going to use this one here as an intake because this one moves a lot more air, so I want that one to be an exhaust fan. And then I'm just going to have this one blowing in from the side, cooling off the pump and the Xbox motherboard. As you can see, it's a pretty ugly mess inside here. That's the PS3 drive. See, everything in here is, I know it's really sketchy. In fact, I'm looking for those. Like, this is just this metal thing from the inside of a Xbox hard drive that I'm using to kind of hold on the Blu-ray drive. That's the slot I cut for the Blu-ray drive. I'm going to be obviously cleaning that up a lot. I have an extra one of these. These things cover up the bay drives there. And what I'm going to do is take one of these, and it's going to go over. Sorry if the video is kind of dark. It's going to go over that basically, and I'm going to cut a little slit in here. I'm going to have, it's going to say PS3 on it and all that. Down here I'm going to clean this up a bit too. This is to access the two USB ports on the front of the PS3. And in this area here, I'm going to cut a square out and put my 80mm LED fan that displays text. So I'm going to say, you know, PS3, Xbox, PC, all that stuff. It's going to say on there, and that's going to be my intake on the front, because on a case like this you want to get airflow in on the front and out on the top back so that it's running across everything. And you can see all the tubing here. There's actually water in here right now. It's coming out of the bay reservoir here. It's going down into the pump, which is just kind of alright, sorry about that. It's going down into the pump, which is just hanging here, and up into the radiator up here, which also has a fan right there blowing the air up. Same with this one. Comes out of the first radiator, goes into the Xbox water block, comes out of that water block, second radiator to PS3 water block. PS3 water block kind of goes behind the drive up into the back to the reservoir. So we got the PS3 one here, and then behind it against the back where the PC motherboard is gonna go, the Xbox one. And both of these are in here pretty securely, but I think they're just zip tied in there now because, you know, none of the screw holes match up with the case. See on the back here, I had this kind of temporary thing to plug in the HDMIs labeled PS3 and Xbox. PS3 one is taken out. So in this opening here, you can see the memory slots that nobody uses, the eject button in case you have to, you know, something wrong with the controller or something like that, you can press it here. I removed one of these slots here so you can still access the power button if you need to. and the one on the bottom to get to the USB ports for the Xbox. Now this power supply is 550 watt, so pretty sure it's going to be able to handle all three motherboards, but just in case, I'm not going to turn them all on at the same time. At the most, it'll just be the PC motherboard and one of the consoles. I'm going to try to get a selector for the HDMIs to go back and forth between Xbox and PS3, and then the PC motherboard is just going to be regular, what the hell is that called? This one right here. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I'm going to start the disassembly process. Okay guys, I got a stand for the camera, and what I'm about to do is show you why it is a very good idea to get some sort of drain valve or something for your water cooling system. I was too cheap to get one, so now what I'm basically about to do is hold this container under one of the, where the tube is connected to a barb on the radiator, and basically going to, as quickly as I can, take this out and try and make sure it all gets into the container here. It's also a good idea to know how much fluid is in your system, because I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping this container is big enough, but I'm not going to know for sure. Okay, doesn't look like I spilled it. Okay, so now I got mostly all the fluid drained out. There might still be a little bit inside the radiators or the water blocks down here. I think there's still some in the PS3 water block because it's so low. I have the Xbox drive taken out. It's over there. Got the reservoir taken out right here. And now it's just time to start taking out some of the tubes here, the pump, and just start unplugging everything. Okay, so I basically got everything unplugged and unhooked here. You can see this 4-pin connector here is to the PS3 motherboard. This 4-pin connector goes to the power supply, powers the PS3. This one and this one are just 4-pin connectors to the fans on the radiators. Over here, this is the stuff for the cords for the pump. This is the big mess of wires that are connected to the power supply. This one right here is the 4-pin connected to the Xbox power cord. Goes behind the PS3 motherboard, connects on the bottom of the PS3 or the Xbox 360 back there. This cord right here, this is the temperature display. This is what the temperature display was sitting in there on the front. These cords go to a 4-pin connector, and the other wire coming off of it is just going to this control panel for the LEDs that I put here. Not really necessary. And then the other wire coming from the temperature display is going right there to the temperature sensor, where it's connected into a Y fitting. It's hard to see, it's kind of dark. Right next to the, connected to the PS3 water block. Right here you can see the extended SATA cable for the Xbox DVD drive. And here's my version of the extended power cable for that DVD drive. I just took 2 of them, soldered each of the wires together in the middle, put some electrical tape around it to secure it, and that's pretty much it. I'll have one last little clip here with all the tubes and radiators and everything taken out except probably the motherboard. Alright guys, so I got pretty much everything out. Just the power supply is in there, And pretty much it. We got the Xbox motherboard up here. Got the XSPC block on it. So got the PS3 Blu-ray drive out. PS3 motherboard's over here. Kinda had to modify where the hard drive plugs in, so there's like some electrical tape helping to secure it on there. These are the LED strips that were in there. You can see that's the Y pipe right there where the temperature sensor was plugged into. This is the power source, where the original power source was plugged in, because PS3s have internal power supplies, and it's modded to go into a 4-pin connector, just like the PS3 was. So yeah, the only other thing over here, it's the power button and eject button for the PS3. I'm gonna have to carefully get that off because there was some pretty sticky stuff right there that I used to hold it on there, and the ribbon cable was fed through a hole there, plugged in, because the original plan was to line up the power button with this power button so that you can turn it on through there. You can see where I cut everything. You can also see I pretty much hacked the crap out of the front thing here to get the Blu-ray drive to fit through there. I took out one side of the hard drive. Yeah, I think those hold the hard drives. Took the one side out so that the motherboard could fit there. So, yep. I'm gonna put these two things back on there. I might take one out and use one of these slots here as a place to put the two HDMI plugins for the Xbox and PS3. See all the tubing here. We got the pump. Still got to take the tubes off that. See all the fans right here. These are the two on the radiators. Those are the radiators. HDMI cord. I had two really short ones that were on the inside, so that I can get the HDMIs to the back. It's a power cord for the Xbox. The other two fans, all the screws and stuff. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. Have any questions, please leave a comment. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more modded consoles and stuff. Please like this video. Might be quite a while before the next video is out because I have to, get all the computer parts and stuff like that. So yeah, the next video will probably be working on the water-cooled Xbox that I'm making for a customer. So yeah guys, thanks for watching.